thumbnail. I don't know. So something's gonna be the thumbnail. Either one of those. Today, I'm just gonna get right into it. I wanted to talk about the way you show up for yourself. And I was just thinking about this, so I feel the need to talk about it. Nobody asked, but I'm gonna say it anyways because I'm saying it for myself. But at the end of the day, I was thinking about how so many people in the world show up for others, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't show up for others or that it is wrong to show up for others, but so many people will show up for others and neglect showing up for themselves. So there may have been parts in your life or eras in your life where you've may given a little bit more attention to someone else, their dream, their lifestyle, their goals, relationships, just helping other people achieve certain things in life. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying don't, and this is a message to me too, don't forget to show up for yourself how you show up for others. And something that I've recently arrived at, or a place that I've recently arrived in my life, is I can finally show up for myself. And even now, like, just like talking and making this video, like, I'm just starting this, and this could be nothing. This could be something that, you know, I end up dropping. This could be something that was just a fling, or I could turn it into something, because I do like to talk, and I talk all the time. I'm comfortable in front of the camera. I finally gotten to a point where my fears no longer supersede me actively going and pursuing the things that I want to do. So whether that's talking into a camera and talking about the things that I've learned so someone can hear me, because I do see people are watching. I don't know if they are listening and absorbing what I'm saying. I don't know if what I'm saying is actually making sense. But at the end of the day, I say this to express myself and to kind of share a message, because there's a lot of different things that I want to communicate and say, and some of those things will be in written form, some of those things will be in vocal form or visual form, or so there's no limit to what I'm putting on myself now. And I'm also showing up for myself. So I'm sitting here, I'm showing up. Talking is something that I've been wanting to document for myself and do. And again, like, share the things that I've learned. And that's what I'm doing. And I took a little bit of a break. But I am back now. I've recentered, I refocused. But I think it's so funny how life kind of just has a way of all like connecting together. Even the bad things that happen in my life, or that I notice that happen in other people's life, it's still all connected. And if you take the time, I'm sure you know someone in your life who, if you've like studied their life or their patterns or their behaviors or the people they've been around or their traits and their characteristics and who they get it from and relationships. So when you study that, you can kind of see, like, usually almost for everybody, there's this like full circle kind of, not a moment, or it's not always just a moment, because sometimes it's an era, sometimes it's your lifestyle. It could be anything, but it's just funny how life has a way of kind of preparing you for what's next, even if it's 10 years from now or 5 years from now or 1 year from now. It's just kind of funny how it's a full circle moment. But I think I look so cute. Dang, I look so cute. Like, And I'm only like, the only thing about me is I'm always thinking about how can I be the cutest version of me. Like I'm always thinking like, how can I be a little cuter? Like I just love being a little cuter. Like, anyways, we're getting off the topic here. So, anyways, I showed up for myself. I'm working on having direct eye contact with the camera, getting comfortable, but also fixing my posture because posture is so important. Okay, let's just talk on posture for a second. I'm just yapping, but let's talk about posture. And I think posture is important because when I do fix my posture, I do feel better. I feel better. I don't feel so sluggish. And something too that I've noticed is that like I love the phones and technology, and that's the era that I was born in, that I grew up in. But what I noticed too is like obviously there's so many other objects too that you can compare this to, but I'm just comparing it to what I see now. Is like me and a lot of other people, will have our phones, and we're either sitting down or we're walking or we're talking to somebody, and we're looking down, and that looking down is causing us to slunch over or sluck over or whatever, and create that bad posture. And I think that bad posture is just a projection of, it can be a projection of how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like if you had a boss that, is working like this, maybe the work environment isn't, too, I don't even want to say productive, but not just like a positive environment. Maybe it's a little sluggish, maybe it's a little slow or not too enjoyable, versus someone who is like kind of upright and ready for the day and more project and just like allowing flow to happen. But anyways, I'm trying to yap for 10 minutes. That's my challenge today. I can yap for 10 minutes. What else do I want to talk about? Okay, I also want to talk about movement. And movement has been a part of my life my whole life, and movement will always be a part of my life. And it doesn't matter any form of movement. And what I notice is when I observe people, especially like when they're dancing, because dancing is awesome, I notice sometimes that, and including myself sometimes too, and I used to dance, but like I used to do dance and recitals and all those things, and my facial expression for the longest wouldn't move. And I don't think I finally mastered that, and people have told me that too, but even though people tell you, it's still kind of hard to incorporate because there's so many other things that you're worried about doing, like steps and being in the right place and coordination, beats, just all the things like 8 counts, stuff like that. But you do need to remember to use your face. Like I've seen girls, and like I've been to recitals and I've seen girls dance and they don't move their face, and there's nothing wrong with that, but like a smile, or even when you watch performers like on stage, they are dancing and moving, but what makes them more captivating and more engaging is the facial movement. So the eyebrow movements and the winks and the growls with the mouth and the like all those things, like the animation, and that animation in your face makes it so much more enjoyable because people can feel that, that energy and that presence. Okay. I'm at 9 minutes and 35 seconds. But yeah, so at the end of the day, move your face as much as you can because it's important muscle to move. And also make sure that you show up for yourself. And don't forget about showing up for yourself, because if you don't show up for yourself and put energy and effort behind your dreams, who else is going to believe in you or help you get to where you want to go if you're not even putting in that energy for yourself? So I hope everyone has a good day. I've been yapping for 10 minutes, so bye.